noise for the person we've all been waiting for, Dr. Tuah. Dr. Tuah.
Okay guys, we are down to the last comic of the night. Let's give it up for Dr. Tuah. Come on up to the stage.
Give it up for Nicole.
Yeah.
So my friends call me Dr. Tuah. I was initially into political satire and stuff like that, but slowly I felt that the politics is going towards Tuah. We saw Kamala Harris going on Call Her Daddy, and Call Her Daddy is like, a Tuah podcast. You mentioned about bi-situational, and it's totally bi-situational. Every woman over there is AC/DC. Yeah, so that's that. And Tuah is it started as a viral video, but now it is becoming a movement. And as you can see, Eddie Welch is everywhere in the baseball games, and she's probably doing more appearances than Harris or Trump camps. And but I think first time I heard Tuah, I thought it has something to do with Lake Tahoe or something. I had no idea. Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Tuah? Yeah, the thing, spit on that thing and starts working. Yeah? Anyway, it goes for foot fetish as well. I have foot fetish as well. And it can work either way. You can give Tuah, you can receive Tuah. So anybody who's fond of oral sex is part of Tuah, as long as you just make it more slippery, more wet, and it's then the cherry on the cake. Tuah is basically a way to celebrate sex in a extended form, because at one point divorces happen because you get tired of eating the same dick or pussy, or as food as well. You cannot eat pizza every day, even if it's your favorite food. So Tuah adds a little charm, makes it slippery, it makes it wet, and we are a mature crowd, so I have no problem with that. You mentioned Diddy. I have no idea what's the problem with Diddy. Last I heard, grabbing hair, and it's a fantasy. No, choking is a fantasy. If you see many posts on Field or 3Fun or SDC or SLS, you will see that there are a lot of fantasies that they say that there is nothing that you can do to offend us. So I don't know. And also Steve Wonder also mentioned that there's nothing illegal about Diddy. So I don't know. I think they're blowing it out of proportion. And I used to wonder about Stevie Wonder that why. I mean, his Tuah game would be amazing because he was a part-time lover, but he would know which way to go, front or back or whatever. That's why he used to call before coming. He used to say, he just called to say I love you, and that was his way. Although he could not see, because once we get into the Tuah phase, we don't know where we are. So it really doesn't matter if you have eyes or if you don't have eyes. You are transported. People are looking for nirvana. People are looking for heaven. People are looking for near-death experiences, and they say that I went to this light and I felt so great. Nobody tells you about going to hell. All the experiences are amazing. So I think there's all this thing about afterlife, nirvana, and heaven, and is all astral traveling of Tuah. Because like I mentioned, Tuah you mentioned rim jobs as well. So, it takes because that is the end of that's the edge of the world, there's nothing beyond rim job. It's total admission of Hawkblock and total height of love and attachment, as you mentioned, Tammy, I thought that it was about God, that you think that, you're worshipping. Hawkblock is also about worshipping dick or pussy as a symbol of faith. You spit on it and then you go into a different world and you enjoy things to the next level. So that's that, and I think they are trying to make Hawkblock mainstream because the right was extremely petrified. Kamala going on Call Her Daddy. I think you all must check out Call Her Daddy podcast. It's extremely informative, and I think we must practice more Hawkblock to achieve more satisfaction in life.
But right now, please make some noise for the person we've all been waiting for, Dr. Tuah. Dr. Tuah.
Thank you, Asif. I'm thinking of legally changing my name because the Hawkblock girl herself is having her podcast and she's calling it Talk Tuah. So I don't know, because I saw the viral video like the world, but I thought that it was much more than a viral video. I think I started writing a book on it. I'm still writing, and then I started thinking I'm definitely going to make a documentary on it as well, because I think it is now becoming a movement because Hawkblock is an integral part of our sex lives, and everything starts from Hawkblock, and I think people are looking for nirvana or promised land or heaven, but I think it's the Hawkblock, because when the Hawkblock starts, you just forget where you are. I mean, you are into a different dimension. And a couple of days ago, I mentioned that there is a war on our Hawkblock. And there's a war on our Hawkblock, and there is a ban that's going to come sooner than later, because everybody is talking about the abortion ban, but before the abortion is the step of Hawkblock, and there could be a ban on Hawkblock as well. And yes, I found out there is actually a ban in Project 2025 on Hawkblock. It's saying that there'll be a ban on porn, and anybody who is going to make porn will be imprisoned. So I think, and the strange, ironic part is that the name of and the online porn community has started doing advertising on various porn sites, and the movement is called Hands Off My Porn. And I don't know what's the use of porn without hands. Whether it is a guy or a girl, it's totally useless. It will be an endless edging, I guess. On and on. So I think we have to really take care of our Hawkblock, because we are part of Hawkblock. Either we are receiving or giving the Hawkblock, and especially, I mean, everywhere you go on media, everybody wants to talk about porn, just like Freddy's Bar. The pussy and dick jokes fly like nothing. Ali Wong made. I saw her new special yesterday. Again, she is also, making a career out of pussy and dick jokes. So I read this article in which a porn star slept with like 600 guys. And she said that she can tell by a specific part of the body, looking at the specific part of the body of the guy, that how big is he going to be. So then I had, an argument with my wife. We started guessing whether it's going to be a wrist or, what, or hands like this, to Trump, that he's got small hands. So ultimately we read the article, and it said that the nose is the. So I don't know. Then I don't know why so many Jewish sex offenders in the 60% of the sex offender list. Then my wife said that, but they have so many kids, so that's why. Then I thought that, why then China? The population is so high, it doesn't make sense. So why? But my conclusion was Tuah was the real reason, because when you get a good Tuah, the size increases like 2-3 inches, because when it's slippery, when it's wet, and the game is on, on a bad day can become a good day. All the complaints that I had a bad day, or I have stress, I have too much work. You don't have to give false or lame excuses, and you just have to go on and put your Tuah strategy on play. You can try your own Tuah on the women as well. It's not just about men. You can, glorify the clit or eat ass like the rock star. And then all the gaps and all the, things that you miss. And ultimately, all the divorces also happen, because ultimately you're going to get bored of every person, every next divorce. But Tuah is something that can save lots of marriages. And Tuah is going to keep your game on, whether it is porn, whether it is real life, or whether it is just, transporting to a different dimension. So yes, go try Tuah. If you're not, you looks like, all the innocent people in this room, they don't know what Tuah is, or they have never practiced it. So thank you, that's my time.
Couple quick things. Your wife must love you when you say glorify the quit. And you're talking about the game. Just so you know, Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam. So
Holy shit!
Yeah, he did that. And then I forgot to mention at the top, I've been doing a lot of semen retention this month. Okay? Speaking of Tuah, but it's not that I'm not jerking off. I just swallow it when it comes all right, on deck, this next two, we got the best of Freddy's, because they're fucking the best of Freddy's. On deck, we got Mike Hernandez. Right now, please make some noise for Alice Clark.
Yes, VHS, of course. But I think we are jumping from VHS to internet directly. There was a lot in between as well.
Oh.
Remember the multiple DVDs? And you have to find which one was the best porn. Like 5 VCDs at a time. That was crazy.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
So, it's a little time travel. And yes, porn in Pakistan was, strange. Like the code word was, can I get a movie of poor people?
Clothes?
Yeah, without clothes. And and that was the code word, because there's Sharia law, and you can be beheaded.
God damn.
One time when you get circumcised, and the other time,
God damn.
Yeah. So those, and we used to exchange stuff. We used to call it stuff, like it was marijuana or something. You got some stuff, new stuff, so we used to exchange DVDs. And Mikey also mentioned that audience, and keep it easy on the audience, especially the girls, because somebody messaged me on my Tuah page on Facebook, and he said, Dr. Tuah. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not a specialist. I'm not giving. Yeah, receiving. It's all right. But we are all Tuah in one way or another. Some like receiving, some like giving. So in context of audience, I think you should, because I've been a vagabond. I go to a lot of open mics, and this is the only place where we have more audience than the comics. So I think we should keep it going that way, without
sounding like a pussy, I would say. Yeah, summer is over. I was Poconos in the morning at Mount Poconos at Kalahari, and I was looking at the water slides, and I was wondering what's the difference between a regular slide and a water slide, and I thought then the difference is Hawkblock. Yeah, Hawkblock. You know, you make it wet, make it slippery when wet, and then it becomes Hawkblock. So a regular slide is like a regular blow job, because like I mentioned that I'm researching on Hawkblock and its various forms, the anatomy of a dick, and so I figured it out that every Tuah is a Hawkblock, but every hawk is not Hawkblock. Yeah, just like all cats are animals and all animals are not cats. You mentioned cats. So yeah, once you don't need the hawk, then if it's a mouth-watering experience, it does become Hawkblock. And I'm also thinking about making a documentary, like David Attenborough sort of, National Geographic. The hawk, lands on the Tuah, and there is this one-eyed warrior, or his signature style. Because otherwise, if we start attacking our Hawkblock girls, then essentially we should be better off in a prison, because we will have a better audience over there, and a permanent audience, because a comic without an audience is like a maniac or a mental patient, because the stuff that keeps on going in our head. And so that was that. And I think we have to really appreciate Hawkblock, because it's very hard to live without Hawkblock, because when it comes to you can change your friends, you can change your family, you cannot change your dick. Yeah, so you have to live with it. It sticks with you. And talking about internet porn, I think we have this, a man especially, this dick is like a joystick, and it is like a portal between the external world and the internal world. So whatever is going on inside, however he feels, that joystick basically interprets, if he's high, he's going to feel good. And whatever he sees, it kind of circulates, because that's the reference memory. And that's what Satanism taught me, that you have to be pragmatic. The only sin is stupidity. And yes, dick is an experience, and Hawkblock can be anyone. There are Hawkblock guys as well. When there are gays, there are Hawkblock guys, and of course a regular guy can also be a Hawkblock, as long as you can find the clit. The Tuah is a little small in this case, but it can really help, and it can really make the experience more energized. And when it comes to lesbian sex, I don't know, lesbian sex is like pro bono lawyers, they are fucking snitches, they use this stuff. It's like Lego, Legoland, they say it's a make-believe toy. It's fucking useless. They are going down, and there is Hawkblock. It's like vacuum cleaner, The button is on, it's sucking, but nothing is coming. So they're playing with the clit, and they apply the Hawkblock over there as well. So I think I'm not just like a gynecologist. I could be Dr. Hawkblock, I don't know, but I can only dissect Hawkblock. I don't have a vagina, and I can only summarize what I find all over the internet, and the history of Hawkblock all over the years. But it's helpful. It sanitizes. It makes the experience more slippery when wet. Give it up for Mike. So
A lot of people might know that I'm writing a book on Hawkblock, and you know Hawkblock? Yeah. So Tuah is like a girl who went viral. That she said that one move that works all the time in the bed is when you spit on that thing. And Tuah. So that's that for I don't know, millennials or boomers. Anyway, so in that I found that Tuah is a crime in many states. Like it's like battery, you you spit on someone and Tuah. But you can spit, in that thing, your own, for lube or anal for whatever, finding the clit, whatever. But at the same time, when you do it on somebody's face, that it can become a crime. It counts as battery. Except for unless if that thing looks like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Laura Loomer, so those could be exceptions because Robin Williams once said that it is got to be very careful picking a fight with an ugly person. So every time I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, I understand why AOC doesn't argue with her. And not only that, I also it's the same way I don't pick road rage with guys driving those Lincoln, the old Lincolns, black seat. I have Honda CR, so I follow Robin Williams and never pick a fight with them. I mean, of course, never sat in them, but I guess they will be stinky because where I'm coming from, the buses in Pakistan were much worse, much more stinky. But I enjoy my freedom, so I would rather not pick road rage. I also found out that there could be a ban on Tuah pretty soon. Because everybody's talking about women's my body, my rights, and they didn't say the same thing about Louis C.K. when he waved his dick to everyone. That was his body, his choice. And but with regards to the ban on abortion, people don't realize that it is the men who are going to suffer most because they won't get any pussy. They will be denied all the time, and then probably will have to go back to 80s porn because the porn will be limited as well because there will be federal ban, so there will be kind of a federal ban on Tuah. And because everything starts from Tuah, whether she agrees to go ahead or not, or you have to have a border run through the interstate highway, or I don't know, but I think that's the situation. And I think porn also is, there should be a warning label on porn, just like there's a warning label on cigarettes now, or alcohol, or marijuana, because in 50s and 60s there were no warning labels. So porn should also come up with, don't abuse it, can end up in a divorce or erectile dysfunction. So these should be the warnings there, And but I consider myself, there are born again Christians. I'm born again Satanist, I would say, because that's the only religion that allows free porn, as much as you want to see. Because and I think Satan is just like pharmaceuticals want to keep you sick so that you keep coming back to them. The religion also wants to keep the Satan alive so that they have a reason to call you back for. I don't know if God killed his son, why cannot he kill his arch rival? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's the reason I think Satanism is the only religion where stupidity is a sin more than any other thing. So I think we should really take care of these federal ban. Otherwise, everybody, is into Tuah cult in one way or the other. And if we do not, make sure that our rights are reserved, then getting pussy or Tuah, or we'll be back in 80s, VHS porn, because there'll be no porn as well.
Mike said about you posted dogs on your Facebook, and now you were talking about a cat.
I was? Oh no, yeah. I mean,
okay.
I'm 50 years old, man.
Okay,
I've
got
been
it.
around.
So I thought you're not the childless cat lady, right?
Yes, I am.
You are okay.
Yeah.
Because cats are bitches, I mean, I had cats, and I went to a therapist, and he said for some medication for depression, and he said, no, you don't need medication. You are just an asshole. So my cats are bitches, like I said, because they demystify every celebrity. I mean, they don't care who you are. They just give you shit, treat you like shit, and it's like a sadistic thing. And finally, you get used to it and you start loving them. I was scared initially of cats, and then I started hugging tigers in Thailand. So cats are addictive. But talking about childless cat ladies. The childless cat lady is about to become the mother of the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looks like you guys not into DNC. You want money and not democracy, I think. Because Hawkblock was in the news. She pitched based, somewhere, and there was an outrage as to why she's doing. I mean, I am writing a book on Hawkblock, and it's a movement, I guess, phenomenon, and I'm also planning to do a documentary. So if you have any stories, do send me on Hawkblock World on Facebook. I'd love to add them because, and I think it's a women's world. Finally, we are into the matriarchal phase. My friend who mentioned Hawkblock, yeah. So we are thinking of having Hawkblock awards. What do you say, Mike? We should have Hawkblock awards at Freddy's, because I even have a sponsorship from a swinging website.
It's America, man. You can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So because I think it's growing big, and talking about women, because Hawkblock is not just about spitting, because we have some gay ladies over here, and they would rather spit on your grave than spit on a dick. So I think Hawkblock is great, and because then talking about Olympics, finally the Olympics are over, but it's strange that all the guys are trying to be women. It shows that it's a women's world. Everybody wants to be women. The drag, the opening ceremony was highly controversial. I think if Charlie Hebdo people, if the outrage was there, they would be alive today. But sadly, only the UFC guys had outrage against the drag ceremony, saying that it's the most gay game. They are hugging guys from the back, rolling on the floor in sweat, and they did not like the opening ceremony. And then it went to the boxer who was pretending, I don't know what it was. I think we should have trans Olympics because there's too much confusion. And if there are Paralympics, there should be trans Olympics as well. If you can, you don't have a choice of, not having limbs, but you have a choice of having a dick or not having a dick. Because I think, and then it ended with the breakdance girl. So the Olympics was dominated by women. The breakdance girl was, PhD in cultural movement, but she fooled probably the Aussie government, saying that it has something to do with dance or dance. I mean, dance is like comedy. I think if you're doing good, if you're enjoying, then it's fine. And if you're not enjoying and you're fucking up, then everybody else is enjoying. So dances like that, I'm not a good dancer. I tried Zumba, but I think it was more, I was farting more than actually dancing. And I learned, I used to, at Tele Fitness, I used to exercise outside the Zumba class. And I used to say, what the fuck is this? Why are they, what kind of endurance it requires or strength to do this dance, I was doing the pack deck exercise. And then one day I tried and I thought, wow, that's the reason why women actually like, there's a saying that good on floor, good in bed. So it's, the dance is very important, and women love it because I think, I kid you not, it's tougher than high intensity training. 1 hour of dancing, it's not easy, especially if there are farts going on, and then talking about the childless cat ladies. Cats don't give a shit if you are Oprah or if you are Jennifer Aniston or if you are Kamala Harris. She just demystifies you, and whether you're a rock star or whatever, it treats you like shit. And I think you should. I think Hawkblock is much deeper than. Somebody was mentioning Helen Keller. Helen Keller was a Hawkblock girl. She paved her way out. She spat on it, and then she made it come. And she was the founder member of ACLU. You won't believe. And then she grabbed a teacher who helped her in getting educated while not being able to hear or read. So I think because I'm doing the research on Hawkblock, the Hawkblock World book. So Helen Keller is there. Mother Teresa, I think last time I told, she was a gangster OG shit and big time money launderer. Give it up for Asif again. Birthday. And my name is Atif. In fact, my elder brother's name is Asif. And we both belong to the Shia sect and Muslims, which is non-orthodox. You said that anti-Semitic thing, but it's anti-orthodox, for every religion. And we are kind of the liberal side of it. Somebody mentioned VHS as well, because there are so many new terms coining up like edging and gooning and but in our days it was like VHS, and I was my worst nightmare was that when nobody's home I watch it, and then my nightmare was that they're back and my pant is open and my cum is all over, though it never happened. But we have this thing called majlis. It's like a congregation, like a mass, and that was the time I used to go for the VHS porn in those days. But it's tough in Pakistan because it's tricky, because if the electricity shuts down, then the VHS is stuck inside, and everybody knows that that our boy is up to something. So edging and all those things, the fantasy, the romance part of VHS of porn is gone, because porn and the vintage porn is still awesome because there is no Viagra involved. Whatever is there is real love, and so the performance is real, everything is real, the boobs are real, and the Hawkblock is real, and you can't help but enjoy it because everything, just like most stuff, is quite synthetic, but I was never into it. I was into it as I mean that religious side, because I knew all the stories. I told my family I know all these stories. So if you want, I can recite those things. But I was never into it because I always thought that Satan was smarter than God, because he told him that what Adam is going to do, and that's exactly what he did. And he wanted to bow down to Adam. But then he proved that even God is wrong and Adam is wrong. So I think he knows more than God. And I see some Hawkblock girls and maybe guys as well. I don't know. There was a lot of outrage that Hawkblock girl not only pitched at the Mets game, but she also went for the press conference. I don't know what's going on, because I think I strongly believe that Hawkblock is a movement, and like I mentioned last time, that I'm writing a book on Hawkblock world, and I'm conducting research on that, and I see lots of faces of Hawkblock. One face is Tiger Woods. He really enjoys the ATM Hawkblock. Does anyone know ATM? ATM is like ass to mouth, and he really enjoys it. And so Hawkblock serves a lot of purposes. It's not just the lube; it also serves as cleaning aspect of it. And I also suggested Mikey that we should have Hawkblock awards. So on my Facebook page, which is Hawkblock World, I asked people to send me some stories, and then they thought that the Hawkblock Awards were for blowjobs. No, it's a comedy award, Hawkblock Comedy Awards, and it's not about we have a Playboy mention over here, and we are competing on blowjobs. And I think Hawkblock also saved some marriages, especially the Clinton family. I think he got Hawkblock at White House, and then I think Hillary Clinton is really good at some Hawkblock. That Bill is still there, and they're still having a happy marriage. So I think Hawkblock is the way to go, and I think it's the outrage is. I mean, she's doing more appearances than Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, and she's getting paid for it actually, and they're spending millions on it. So I think Hawkblock is amazing, and it's not only for girls; it's for guys as well, and you should rejoice it and enjoy it, and it's the way to go. First of all, I would like to address the elephant in the room, Elon Musk. He doesn't get the Tesla in autopilot mode drive, so many accidents. And then the streaming with Trump also got a lot of bad rap and was kind of shaky, was a wait for a long time. But yeah, he got his dick in the hole. That was good. The rocket landed on the right place. That was better. So they call me Dr. Hawkblock in Brooklyn because at Freddy's Bar we have this Hawkblock cult, and we give free Hawkblock sessions over there. It's like the free hugs, and on Wednesday especially, there's Asif and Mike Hawkblock sessions, and it's not like we are giving free BJs, but it's like we have this dungeon, and we assess Hawkblockers, how good is your Hawkblock game. And are you familiar with Hawkblock? Yes. So everybody had their Hawkblock moment. Somebody is giving Hawkblock, somebody is receiving Hawkblock, but everybody is in Hawkblock world. And I've written a book as well called Hawkblock World, and it is about satirical mostly, because it discusses everyone from Mother Teresa to you name it, Helen Keller, everyone who has been hustling over the centuries. So that's that. But Hawk Tuah, I think, is the call of our time, in the sense that people are looking into afterlife. They are, most of them have seen, who have come back, who have NDEs, near-death experiences. They come with happy news that we saw everything was great. Nobody tells about, hell. So it cannot be now. All the people are good, and all of them are getting good returns. I think it's about imagination and our biochemistry and hallucinations. So, but Hawk Tuah is real. When you get Hawk Tuah, things start moving really fast. When you spit on that thing can be a dick or a clit or an ass or boob or whatever, French kiss as well maybe. So wherever there is spit and tongue involved, then it is categorized as Hawk Tuah. And the best thing about Hawk Tuah is that it's a complete lifestyle, in the sense that you must have heard "eat my dick," it's and Vitali's one of the famous YouTuber. Vitali's thing, he was doing a supermarket prank, and then this lady said, "Eat my dick." So clit is also technically a dick because it's just small. And then when we wonder that women are why they're so crazy, because imagine guys, all of us have that size of dick, and then we can't come. So definitely the endorphins will take toll and we act crazy. Hawk Tuah is also can turn. It needs the right balance. Too much Hawk Tuah will drive you crazy, or make you have erectile dysfunction as well. So you have to have the right balance of Hawk Tuah. Otherwise, you can convert into Caitlyn Jenner as well, because the lack of insulin resistance can make you have more estrogen, and more of it can increase your testosterone level. So as women get old, their voice gets heavy. So we have each one of us have a Caitlyn Jenner inside us. It's just that whether we empower it or not. I don't want to sound politically incorrect, but that's the reality. I mean, you have to strike the right balance for Hawk Tuah, because as men get old, they become a little softy. Their voice also become a little soft. Women grow old, they become ugly like men, strong, heavy voice. So, but nobody ever ate the dick. It's just jargon, and because eating a dick would be, swallowing is there as part of Hawk Tuah. It increases. It's kind of a diet, and it's stem cells, and it's a protein diet. I would say that it's very useful, and the point is that we have to stop looking for heaven, nirvana. When you have good Hawk Tuah, your head game is good, whether giving or receiving. You achieve nirvana status, or you go into astral traveling, teleportation. You transition into a different world. So yes, that's my time, and do share your Hawk Tuah and live up your Hawk Tuah lifestyle.
Give it up for Dr. Hawk Tuah. Never had too much Hawk Tuah in your life, huh? That girl, man, God bless her, huh? Okay. You can make money that way, hey, way to be. Hey, Matt Hine, you were on deck. Come to the stage now. Give it up for Minky Kim.
What were you expecting? I'm not sure you guys are following me on this Mark Robinson guy from North Carolina. He is, was following a tranny trans porn website. I mean, again, once again, porn is in the news. Everybody wants to talk about porn. Here, dick and pussy jokes also fly pretty good. But the thing is, everybody wants to talk about porn, and yeah, just some political shit just went off. So let's talk about it, dick and pussy, because the other day a trans comedian told me that you were a weirdo because I don't know, I should take it as a compliment or I should take it as an advice, or I don't know. Because they were saying that do you know the reverse blowjob? And little did they know that I am Dr. Tuah. I have a history of Tuah, writing a book and making a documentary as well on it. So yeah, I knew about reverse blowjob, and I don't know who's weird, because being called a weirdo, because weird is like a badge of honor these days for conservatives and Republicans. So the cat is out of the bag and now going into barbecue. I don't know, because this MLK thing and talking about J.D. Vance wearing mascara and his history about drag, I don't know, or whatever. So I think this porn thing is keeping on. Tuah girl also declined Donald Trump. She said no for Tuah girl, although she's from Nashville, Tennessee. But I don't know. I don't know where he's gaining traction, because I think the best or the biggest swing state is Florida, because they have the most topless bars, and the swinging lifestyle is over, the best over there. And I believe that Tuah, I'm writing a book on Tuah called Tuah World, because I think this phenomenon is very deep. It's scary shit, that you got a cock on your face, and then you have some strategies, You want to make sure that it's clean, so you want to spit on it, and you spit on it that you're not happy, but just lube, or a functional aspect of pleasing both the parties. So anybody who has some Tuah moments in life, giving or receiving, inbox me on Tuah World on Facebook. I might add your story on in my book, and I'm going to make a documentary as well called Tuah Phenomenon. In the research, I found that Mother Teresa was a Tuah girl. Yeah, she was some gangster shit. I mean, she used to take money from anyone, drug cartels and dictators, or and she was a gangster money launderer, and she never used to give shit about it. I mean, even the Pope was scared of her, and she used to say that it's God's money, I got it, and that's it. It's just money, and it came to me, and I'm a saint, and everything's fine. So I think Mother Teresa was also asked that your the conditions in your all these places that that you hold all these sick children, leprosy, they are not best. She said these are not fucking hotels, people volunteer over here, and I just do as best as I can do. So Tuah, I had my own Tuah moment. I was employing someone, and I felt that the Tuah was amazing. And then I realized it was a lady boy in Thailand, so I could only foresee that only a guy could understand the sentiments of Tuahing. And one time I also was providing employment to needy people, and she said that no smoking, And when I get there, and she said, "I told you no smoking, no Hawk Tuah." So I thought, oh, it's a bad call and it's too late. So Hawk Tuah is the way we should go, and it's a great strategy. I think Hugh Gaffner has given us more fun than any religion. He had a fantastic life at the Playboy Mansion. And I think that when he died, he left only $45 million, which is much better than Bill Gates left to one woman, $75 billion, or Jeff Bezos left like $50 billion to one woman. So he had all the women of the world, but still, he taught women how to be selfless while giving a BJ. And because I think BJ, the Hawk Tuah girl was, she's making more appearances than Harris and Walls or Trump or as they say, Shady Vance. But I think for the right reasons, because I'm writing a book on Hawk Tuah world. It's going to be the Gen Z handbook of hustling, I guess. Because I think Hawk Tuah, but I think Hawk Tuah has two elements into it. One is, it just spit on that thing and it works all the time. But at the same time, it can go in wrong direction and you end up swallowing it, as well, because if you have premature ejaculation. So I think Netanyahu, I think, is a Hawk Tuah boy because he was spitting on that thing for a while, but then he came to the US and people in Israel was saying that he should be rescuing the hostages instead of going to the US. But they found it late, and now the shit is about to hit the fan. And but I like Jewish people. I love Jewish people. Jewish people are great. A few of my favorite. Few of the best modern thinkers like Noam Chomsky, Bernie Sanders, Einstein, and Karl Marx, and all the comedians like Amy Schumer, Sylvester Stone, Louis Black, and Woody Allen, and you name them. So I asked my friend, why are these all the great comedians are Jewish? She said that because that's their defense mechanism. I said, bitch, what about the defense mechanism of the Palestinians? What about them? But I have a problem with Jew people, not so much Jewish, because there's a difference between Jew and Jewish. Because Jewish is like almost Jew, like I'm Muslimish. I would say they don't practice it, and I think if you talk about animosity, the Orthodox Jews, the one with the topi, topi is a big, like George Carlin said, that is nothing better than two religious people fighting. So Hamas and the topi people fighting is a perfect world scenario. But the Jewish people and the Orthodox Jews have a big, more animosity than Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher, or maybe Saudi or Iran, and I think because of that, I think Netanyahu is the main culprit for the situation, because it's like you cannot, even if you buy the entire Brooklyn, you cannot make Israel part 2 over here. Try it, then you will see how the army guards are going to treat. Because the thing is that people say, the Jewish people say that, or the Jews say that they're the chosen one. I don't know how they're the chosen one, because Iran is about to attack and Saudi has all the oil. So I don't know what kind of chosen one is that. Maybe, you're 2% of the population, but 60% in the sex offenders list. Epstein and Weinstein and Anthony Weiner, I would be very careful if that would be my, last name, Weiner, you got to be careful. But the thing is that, and that's the reason probably that nobody stood up for Louis C.K. when he waved his dick to couple of ladies because it's his body, his choice, I guess. I mean, Sharon Stone waved her pussy to the during interrogation in Basic Instinct, and the whole world loved it, and nobody had any problems. So, but again, Andrew Schultz makes jokes about towels in the Arab people wearing towels. They're dressed like that. That was their religious dress. That's not Islamophobic. Sacha Baron Cohen makes movies taking piss at people, all the nationalities or groups he doesn't like. That's not xenophobia. But I don't like Starbucks and suddenly it's anti-Semitic. And hearing Kanye is also considered anti-Semitic. So I don't know. We have to really make sure that the Jewish people and the Orthodox people keep on loving each other and understand, and Hamas also as well. Motherfucker, what did you get in? Since 60s and since last 60, 70 years, you didn't get nothing. So you sold it to them, and it's fine. And you could have a two-nation situation, and you could have been better off economically as well. So I think. It's time to resolve the situation and understand that it's Netanyahu who's the Hawkblock girl.
All right.